Author's Vlog Supplemental 13.5. So today I am at 26,000 words and change. I should be 27 by the end of the day. I don't have an end thing there because I'm not done yet. I had to stop and do the supplemental because the lighting was perfect for it. So, slave to the sun. I don't have a lot to say about the special effects video from this week. I get Schwam's point and I like it. I think he's absolutely right. It's just more his idea and thing than mine. He gets really into that. I don't sweat it overly. I probably should, but I don't. I'll wait until I get some of the basics down a little bit better before I worry overly about that. Next week, supplemental, I'll probably be talking more about plotting because I'm in the fun and games. I'm right at the beginning of the fun and games and I need to kind of plot that out a little bit more. Because the two biggest sections of your book are typically the fun and games section and the bad guys close in. I'm aiming for, I'd really like to have around 100,000 words, 90 to 100,000 words is what I would like. So my midpoint's probably going to hit around the 40 to 45,000 range, and then I'll get into the bad guys close in. So you start the book, and up to fun and games, it's usually about 20% of the book, 10 to 20% of the book is the beginning, and then you got the fun and games, and then the midpoint, and then the bad guys close in, and those are huge swaths of the book. That's 60 to 70% of the book, depending on how much you do. At least 50 is usually just those three sections. So I need to work on that a bit, and I'm not quite sure how much I have plotted out that will work and how much I need to adjust. So I'll be talking a little about that next week, so I need to shut up. One thing I'm going to start doing is, it is going to be April in 2 days? 2 days? And I've talked about NanoWrimo before, National Novel Writing Month, which actually happens in November. And that's 50,000 words in a single month, which is really difficult to do, requires a lot of work, and you usually end up with kind of a half-assed to crappy novel most of the time when you get through, because you end up really concentrating on the word count more than the quality of it. You can do it well, but it's really hard. Really, really hard. But in April they have Camp NanoWrimo, campnanorimo.org. I'll put a link in the thing down below, which you can choose your own goal for your writing, or for your word count, and I'm going to go ahead and do it. Why not? I'm going to do 15,000 words in April, which is about right. That's actually a little bit more than I need. I think you need about 14 or something, or 14 and a little number because of the weeks, how the weeks fall. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and if you want to, you can come and join me doing Camp NanoWrimo. I know it's short notice. I probably should have thought of this a little earlier, but I wasn't paying attention to my email. Oops. So I'm going to do that so you can see where my progress is. I have a cabin, your book this year, cabin, and I'm going to be there. So for the 5 people who are actually following us and writing along with us, if you want to do Camp NanoWrimo with me, you totally can. You can be a member of my cabin! Yay! So there's something dorky you can get involved in. It's kind of it's a really fun community. I really do enjoy NanoWrimo when I've done it. It's been a lot of fun. You go to write-ins and you hang out in the forums and talk to people, and you can kvetch with other people and ask questions and things like that, and that's really cool, and that's a lot of fun. If you're more serious, I highly recommend becoming a member of Scribophile.com. I pronounce it Scribophile. I don't know. Scrib for short. That's what we call it around the house. Scrib. Schwam is not a member. He's not into that sort of thing. But I've been there for, I don't know, 3 years now, I think. 2 or 3. Yeah, gosh, I think it has been 3 years. Woof! Scribophile.com is a pretty serious writing community. It's a critiquing site, so you can take your stuff there and get it critiqued, but it's a karma system. So if you want to post a work, you have to gain enough karma in order to post it, and you gain karma through critiquing other people's works. The best part about it is really creating a relationship with other writers. It's a great place to get a lot of information. They've got a little academy section. It's free to join. You can pay for some upgraded parts of the membership. I'm currently not paid right now. I have been a couple times in the past. And it's great either way. Both ways totally work. You can totally do it for free, and it's a great experience, and I highly recommend it. It is a very good community. It's one of the most encouraging and beneficial and uplifting communities I've been a member of as far as writing goes. I got really lucky to stumble upon Scribophile before I went to some of the bad ones. I've heard horror stories, and I have no interest in being involved in those cluster. But Scribophile I highly recommend. They've got a great forum. You can go on, ask questions. It's very active. People are always doing stuff. The best way to deal with Scribophile to get the most out of it is to develop personal relationships with other members. People that have similar writing goals, similar tastes in writing, people you enjoy getting critiqued from, people that you enjoy critiquing their work, things like that. That's where you get the most out of it. But it's a great place to have your stuff workshopped, ask questions, learn, pick people's brains, complain and bitch and moan about writing and all of the various parts of it, learn a lot of other viewpoints and ideas from other people. It's a great community and I highly recommend it. If you're not a member already, I would totally recommend checking it out. Do it now before NanoWrimo, because in December the place goes crazy with new members. So highly recommend Scribophile. I'll put a link down below to that too, and I'm totally a member of that and have been for a long time. I'm in a challenging part of the book. I'm writing. It's slowing down a little bit because I need to go through and plot a bit more. I'm kind of at the end of the more detailed scene by scene items. I'm like, okay, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, and this is gonna happen, and this is gonna happen, and then fun and games. What's gonna happen in the fun and games? A couple things maybe. So I really need to go through and work on plotting that out a little bit to have a better idea of what's going to come next, or I'm just going to end up lost in the woods and everything's going to die horribly in the woods. And I'm going to eat my own writing and it's going to be terrible. It's going to be a horrible, horrible thing. So I need to do that. Again, I'll talk probably more about that next week. I guess this is another short episode. I don't know, they're kind of getting short. But I will have more to talk about because this week's episode is exposition, and I will definitely have more to say about exposition next week. So that's where I'm right now. Can't think of anything else to say. Yeah, that's it. So I will see you guys next week. Get writing.